Chapter 76, the header. The works of humans are temporary, and bring temporary satisfaction and glory to them. But the works of God are eternal. The rich rule the government of the people with their secret combinations. 1. And now it is necessary that I explain unto you more concerning the periods of time when the Spirit of God does not interact with the spirits of the children of men, and guide them in that which they should do. 2. Behold, I have explained these time periods unto you, but it is expedient that ye understand that all the children of God have been blessed with this conscience that enableth them to know the good from the bad, or in other words, that which bringeth happiness and that which bringeth misery. 3. And if a man doth not have the companionship of the Holy Ghost, this doth not mean that he doth not understand that which is good and that which is evil. Behold, all of us understand these things from our own experience, and also because of the blessing of a conscience that the Father hath given unto us. 4. And when a man does not have the Spirit of God, he can still do that which is good, and bringeth happiness to his soul. But that which he doeth of himself, and therefore bringeth joy and glory to himself. 5. Now, this is the part of the plan of Lucifer, even that a man should bring glory to himself and the works of his own hands, instead of giving the glory and honor to the Father who created him. 6. And without the Father, this man could not exist to experience happiness of any kind. Therefore, the honor and glory of all things should be given unto God. 7. And the works of man will always receive the honors and glories of man, but the works of God will always demonstrate the glory and honor that is in him. 8. And the plan of Lucifer indeed provideth joy and happiness to those that follow it. But as I have said before, his plan doth not account for those things which are not temporal, even those things which are eternal. 9. For the works by the hands of a man shall end when that man dieth, and leaveth this temporal existence, and entereth into an eternal realm that hath nothing that bringeth a temporary joy, but bringeth an eternal joy in all things. 10. And the works of God cannot be destroyed, for they are eternal, but the works of man, which are temporal, are always destroyed through the effects of the actions of other men, or through the effects of the actions of those things which are eternal, or by nature. 11. So it is that Lucifer hath provided for the happiness of his children, so that they might have their consciences satisfied enough to continue in the course of his plan. 12. And during this medieval time, Satan shall cause to be developed many great cities in all the nations of the earth that shall flourish, and prosper in the temporal blessings that he hath promised those who follow his plan. 13. And the people of the earth shall begin to fall away from their dependence on the natural order of things which God hath ordained for them, and they shall depend upon the things that Satan hath offered them in his plan. 14. And because the things of the earth have a value placed upon them, the people shall begin to hoard these things and take more than what is necessary to sustain their lives. 15. And the rich shall begin to depend upon their money, which is their gold and their silver and their precious gems, and this money shall begin to be the most prized possession of all the people of the earth. 16. For with gold and silver and precious gems the people shall trade for that which their hearts desire. 17. And the poor shall become many because of the wants and the needs of the few, who are rich, and who control the wealth and the money and the prices which are paid for the things of the earth. 18. Yea, there shall be many poor because of their inability to have money and purchase that which they create with their own hands for the rich. 19. Behold, the poor shall work all the days of their lives, providing the rich with the things that they need to live in easiness and leisure. 20. And when the poor, through their hard labor, produce a thing, then the rich shall place a price on it, which is already predetermined by them, so that they might receive some sort of gain from it. 21. And during the medieval times, there were those who did not want to produce through their labors that which would support the rich in their luxury. And these would make an attempt to live in all things according to the laws of nature, taking from the earth only that which they needed to sustain their lives and the lives of their children. 22. And these wanted nothing to do with the system of economy of the beast, which system was based on the money that the rich invented and controlled. 23. Nevertheless, the rich are powerful and have their secret combinations and develop a way whereby all the people would be forced to produce that which they need for their own comfort. 24. Behold, first, there were few landowners who were not rich, and the rich would make contracts with the poor, giving unto the poor a portion of their land as a grant, with the stipulation that in payment for the land, a part of that which the poor produced would be given unto the rich, who owned the land, as a rent. 25. And then the king would demand of the poor a portion of that which they produced as a tax, which was to be used, according to the pretenses of the king, to defend the land of the poor against their enemies, as I have explained it unto you. 26. And if the poor did not produce that which was wanted by the rich, or by the king, in order that they might pay their taxes, then they would be forced to exchange that which they produced for the money of the rich, which could then be traded for anything upon which the rich had already placed a predetermined value. 27. And since the rich set the value for all things, and since they also demand of the poor those things which they want to satisfy their lusts, and their easiness of living without working by the sweat of their own brow, the poor are forced into submission to the will of the rich, even for their very existence. 28. And if a man refuseth to pay his taxes, or refuseth to provide for the rich those things that are demanded of him, then the rich would pay money to others who would come and take the man and cast him into prison or kill him. 29. And in this manner the rich fix the laws of the land, which laws are established and enforced by the means of the secret combinations among them. 30. Now, I have already given unto you in this record an explanation of these secret combinations which were established in the beginning to protect one group of people and bring them gain without the need to work by the sweat of their own brow, thereby suffering the anguish of physical labor to bring them their riches. 31. And it sufficeth me to say that any government, any religion, any group, any organization that doeth anything in secret, or when it withholdeth the true nature of its works from the rest of the people, so that they are not discovered, then it is a secret combination. 32. And in the latter days these secret combinations shall abound in wickedness, for they shall exist in many forms upon the earth. And many, if not all, of the governments and religions and practices of business that are among you in the latter days belong to these secret combinations, which are set up so that it is not known among the people about the general operations of these combinations, or the means that each of them uses to obtain the end of its desires, which end is profit and gain and power and control over the people. 33. And in the nation that is the seat of the beast in the latter days, these secret combinations shall be rampant. For your government shall act in secret meetings that are not held before the public, that they might hide the way in which they control and manipulate the hearts and minds of the people. 34. And the religions of the world shall not disclose the riches that they possess, which are generated from the tithing of the people that is given unto their churches by the people who believe that they are donating their money to God for his purposes. 35. And the leaders of the religions shall also separate and exclude themselves from the people, and hold their meetings in secret that the people may not discover their works. 36. And the businesses that are set up among you to get gain, are they not also secret combinations? Doth he who selleth you a thing disclose unto you how much profit he is making from that which he selleth unto you? Doth he not sell unto you a thing for the price that ye are willing to pay unto him? 37. And in that day ye shall see that your money shall be valued according to the desires and whims of the rich, who are your leaders. 38. For I have seen your time, and see that it is by these secret combinations that it is determined what value is placed upon the money of the nations among you. 39. And in considering all these things in secret, the rich do not take into account those who produce the things that are sold and purchased by this money, nor do they consider how the decisions of their secret combinations might affect the lives of the poor. 40. But when a determination is made on the value of the money of a nation, it is made on how the value of this money shall affect the rich and the powerful. 41. And ye have witnessed these secret combinations among you, and your laws, which are established by the rich, are established to protect these secret combinations and assure their prosperity. 42. Behold, how can it be that a man who hath a certain amount of money with which he can buy a certain quantity of bread one day, shall wake up in the next morning and find that the money which he hath from yesterday cannot buy on this new day that which he could buy yesterday? 43. And how can ye allow the rich, who do not work by the sweat of their brows, to change the value of the money that the poor receiveth for their labours? 44. And it shall be that a poor man shall work one day for a wage that he thinketh shall provide for that which he requireth for the needs of his family. And in going to his bed, he is satisfied by the labours of his own hands, knowing that his family shall eat on the morrow. 45. And then in the morning, when the man ariseth to labour again, he findeth that that for which he had laboured yesterday doth not provide for the needs of his family as he had supposed. 46. Yet when the man reporteth to his employer, he is not given an increase in the wage of the day for that which he lost in value of yesterday, which would be a just compensation because of the decision of the rich to value the money that he useth to provide for the needs of his family. 47. And this causeth the man to be angry, and curse the secret combinations that he upholdeth with his gratitude and patriotism, which is given to the nation that he hath been convinced protecteth his life, and the lives of his children. 48. And when the people begin to rebel against these secret combinations, their governments begin to seek for that which will turn the hearts of the people again unto them. And this they do in many instances by war, and through national pride, which is instilled in the people by the flattering words of the rich. 49. And so, my beloved brothers and sisters, if ye know of a government, or a religion, or a practice of business that doth not disclose unto you all things, yea, if they do not let you be in attendance at all of their meetings, that ye might know their agendas, and the purpose of their meetings, then ye shall know of a surety that these are the secret combinations that Satan hath set up in his kingdom, to give glory to those who follow him, and bring under his power those who think that they are not following him. 50. Thus shall Satan rule over the earth during the time that the Father hath allotted him to prove his plan unto us. 51. And during this time, the cities of the earth shall grow as the children of men begin to increase in a great number. And because of their cities and their increase in number, great famines and pestilence shall come upon them and destroy many of them. 52. But the rich shall not be destroyed so easily by these things, for they shall keep themselves isolated away from the majority of the people in the splendor of the fine things which they have taken from the people by the greatness of the riches and money that they possess. 53. Now, all these things that I saw in the record of the brother of Jared, and of which I am now giving my abridgment, shall be in fulfillment of the words of John, which he wrote, saying, And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. 54. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. 55. And now, do ye see how the number of the beast is money? Do ye not see how all are forced to have money, and be engaged in the economy that hath been set up by Satan, or be killed? 56. And most importantly, do you see how ye all have the mark of the beast in your right hands? And those who are not elect, do you see that they also have this mark in their foreheads? 57. Yea, even the whole earth is under the power of Satan, and shall continue to be until the time the Lord cometh in the glory of the Father. End of chapter 76.